Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out today. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Bud Light Lounge. And we would like to bring in our entertainment for the next 40 minutes or so. Young lady named Cam. Come on in, Cam. How are you?
Good.
And who are your two bandmates here?
This is Anders Mortsen. He's a Dane, but luckily we have him here in the U.S. He's a fantastic writer, producer, and banjo and guitar player. And then we've got Douglas Charles Showalter right here, and he's from Kokomo, Indiana. Yeah. And he's also a writer and co-producer. These guys are kind of helped make my sound from the beginning, so it's awesome to have them on the road with me too.
If you don't mind, we'll ask you a couple of quick questions, then we'll let you take over. And we would definitely want to talk to you. First of all, what's going on here? What's this?
Well, I'm a native of California. I was born and raised here. Actually, I went to UC Davis. And when we're traveling around the country, most places it is snowy right now and icy. So what I normally do is I try and wear some yellow and bring some little plants as like a little bit of home into the ice and everything. So it's kind of a nice ambiance. And this is, now that we're in California, I don't really need it, but here it is.
As you said, you're an Aggie. Did you graduate from UC Davis?
Mm-hmm, I did.
What was your major?
I majored in Italian and psychology, both of which I guess you could say maybe I use psychology with songwriting, but thanks, Mom and Dad.
Have you written anything with Italian in it yet? Are you going to? Do you have plans on it? It is the language of love, isn't it?
Yeah, Italian country music. Yeah, it's gonna take off. I mean, I should try.
Now, one other quick question, because you say you grew up in Southern California, correct? Or
I was born in Southern California, and then I moved up here when first grade. So I grew up in the Bay Area.
Right. And you had a job out here in Sacramento for a while back in the early 2000s. What did you do?
During college, I was a cocktail waitress on the Sacramento River right there in the Old Town. You know, they have those river boats. So, yeah, on the Spirit of Sacramento, that was me as an 18-year-old cocktail waitress. It was an experience.
What about some of the coworkers that you were telling me about?
Oh, no, you can't say that out loud. No, it was a special group of people. We were a couple young gals being the cocktail waitress, and the rest of the crew, it was a hearty bunch. That we're not going to say much more than that.
All right, so how long have you been in Nashville?
About 3 years.
And it's going pretty well because you're here today on the Bud Light stage?
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I mean, it feels so lucky to be out here and being a part of this and visiting you guys. And no, I went out there to be a writer originally, and I had some success as a writer, and then instead of taking the paycheck you can get as a writer, I said, I'd like to gamble it all and take the next step and try and be an artist on top of it. So, yeah, we got to take the songs that we've written and create this whole sound around them and a whole brand, and I get to be me this time. So you get to hear songs not by Miley Cyrus or Maggie Rose, but by me.